2024 Tour de France, stage 14, and it's Tadej Pogacar, the race leader's yellow jersey, delivering a hammer blow to Jonas Vingegaard, the winner of the last two editions of the Tour de France. Up here at Plat de Day, 10-kilometer climb that ended the day that also included the Tourmalet climb. Tadej Pogacar riding free, nearly 40 seconds into his #1 rival, and now setting nearly 2 minutes up on him in the GC, with Remco Evenepoel falling down to third place overall. Derek G, a good ride, as too did Matteo Jorgensen. But what a day out there. What a day in his first of 2 days in this weekend of Pyrenean racing. And today at the start, important note, because Tom Pidcock did not start the race COVID positive. Also, Geraint Thomas said that he was COVID positive, but he continues on in the race. Louis Varvake, one of the helpers of Remco Evenepoel, was riding horribly today, and we wonder about his continuation in this race. And Guillaume Boivin, the Canadian from Team Israel Premier Tech, simply did not start the race, the team saying he's sick. We had a power move going free that included world champion Mathieu van der Poel, not forgetting about the history. 50 years ago, up here on the same summit finish, his grandfather, Raymond Poulidor, won the stage. Also in the move was American champion, US champion, Sean Quinn, helping out along with Costa, their leader, Ben Healy. And Ben Healy would be an important player in today's stage, and the US champion working so hard, so well. And then we saw that attack by Gaudu on the Tourmalet climb, this famous climb up here in the Pyrenees. Oh, it was a strong move, and at one point we thought him or Olivier Lascano or the Irishman Ben Healy would have their day, but something was brewing back behind in the GC group. Up front, well, the escapees were falling apart one by one, including our world champion, Mathieu van der Poel. Jonas Vingegaard, obviously his team doesn't have the same sort of numbers as UAE. They're lacking that Sepp Kuss power punch that they used to have in the past years. Of course, he wasn't able to start this year's edition. He's quite sick. Sivakov, Nils Politt, all those guys did heck of a turn today, including also Marc Soler, before turning things over to João Almeida here on the final climb with the Plat de Day, 10 kilometers. Now the power play was sending Adam Yates up the road with around 7.2 kilometers to go, putting Jonas Vingegaard on the back foot. And at that point there, we knew something was brewing behind. And sure enough, 4.6 kilometers to go, Tadej Pogacar lights it up, firing up the road. Vingegaard the first to chase, but he's looking back at Carlos Rodriguez. And there it is, Remco Evenepoel in the white jersey, surpassing Rodriguez, getting up there to the wheel of Vingegaard, who was briefly out of his saddle, but had to set back down, simply not having the same power to match Tadej Pogacar. Now, keep in mind, the escapees, including the last of them, Ben Healy, well, they were swept up. Adam Yates swept him up, and the battle was all for the yellow jersey and the stage win, which would come out of the GC group, and seemingly so with Tadej Pogacar, if he can make his way through all the fans that churned out here today on the border with Spain. Jonas Vingegaard having to really manage himself, and at one point the gap was staying there at 9 seconds, 10 seconds, but at some point, after he bridged back up there with Adam Yates as a satellite rider did some work for Tadej, and then he launched Tadej into the upper stratospheres. Tadej was looking all around, getting ready to do his thing, and then go solo. Tadej Pogacar, the winner of the Giro d'Italia, wanting to do so here, the double in the Tour de France. 4 kilometers to go. Ciao, ciao, Adam Yates off on his own. The little pieces of hair coming out of his helmet, all in yellow, yellow glasses, yellow helmet, yellow jersey, yellow shorts, yellow everything. Jonas Vingegaard making his way through the sometimes rowdy fans. Unfortunately, that was the way it was up here on this climb, but most of the fans were well behaved. Jonas Vingegaard head-to-head duel with Tadej Pogacar up the road, 7 seconds, holding it right there. But at some point, the elastic just snapped to Jonas Vingegaard, and Tadej Pogacar on a mission to destroy Jonas Vingegaard before he gets better and better in this race, coming back from the Tour of the Basque Country crash there on April 4th. The Tour de France, you'll have to remember, this was his first race back after that nasty crash. 3 kilometers to go, and the gap was up to 19 seconds. Jonas Vingegaard was losing time on the two-time winner of the Tour de France there in 2020 and 2021. Tadej Pogacar wanting to make it a third and the double at the Giro d'Italia today, paving the way, going up there to the finish line, powering ahead, getting the yellow jersey over the finish line first, celebrating with the stage victory, slamming his hands in a power move, celebrating. Roar! I got the win, Jonas. I have it all. Celebrating because also with that win, with the bonus seconds, 10, 6, and 4, he's got around 39, 38 seconds on Jonas Vingegaard back behind, who would have picked up 6 seconds, so a 4-second difference between the two, also counting the time difference. Remco Evenepoel in the white jersey, slipping further back and would lose his second place overall in the GC today. The good news for Jonas Vingegaard, well, he moved up to second overall, but he moved further away from the race leader, now around 2 minutes back. Spoke with Jonas and Matteo Jorgensen. Matteo, great ride today after yesterday's ride, also doing it today too. Really slotting in that spot of Sepp Kuss, although not at the same level of Mountain Domestique, but riding so well, the American from Idaho. Jonas over there, I asked him, I said, Jonas, now the gap is around 2 minutes. Can you still win this tour? And he replied simply, yes, I can. He has the belief, has the hopes to be able to turn it around tomorrow and in the week to come, the third and final week, because after tomorrow we have a rest day, and then that final of the 3-chapter book that is the Tour de France. Jonas has his hopes and is not giving up in this Tour de France. We saw a depleted Visma team and a UAE team that was really in their elements up here in the mountains, a team full of mountain men with Sivakov, with Soler, with Adam Yates, all those guys doing their work to deliver Tadej Pogacar, to bring that death blow, the hammer blow to his #1 rival, Jonas Vingegaard. And Derek G, well, he was right there in the mix, his first time to ride some of these high mountain passes, getting a top 10 on the day and maintaining that top 10 position. And if we're looking at the overall on the GC, well, the top 10 riders all stay the same, with the only change was the one I pointed out there with Jonas leapfrogging Remco to take that second overall, with Remco now back in third overall. Is Tadej Pogacar on top, stage 14 of the 2024 Tour de France.